Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 2487 named Remove Node from Linked List. In this problem, we are given a linked list. Now, we have to remove every node which has a node with a greater value anywhere to the right side of it. Now, we have to return the modified linked list. So here, let's understand this example. The linked list contains 5 elements, which is 5 to 13, 3 and 8. So here, for this element 8, it does not have any other greater element to the right side. So we will keep it. And for this element 13, it will not have any other element to the right side which is greater than it. So we will keep it. So the modified linked list will contain 2 elements, which is 13 and 8. Alternatively, you can say that for this element 5, we have a greater element 13 to its right side. So we will not consider 5. Similarly, for this element 2, we have 13. For this element 3, we have 8. So we will not consider 5, 2, and 3 as well. So the final linked list will contain element 13 and 8. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's move on to the algorithm. Now, to understand the algorithm, we have taken this example. The linked list contains element 5, 2, 13, 3, 8, and 9. So here we can see that for this element 5, we have greater element 13. So we will not consider it. For this element 2, we have greater element 13. So we will not consider it. For this element 13, we don't have any other greater element than 13. So we will consider it. For this element 3, we have the greater element 9. So we will not consider it. For this element 8, we have greater element 9. Similarly, we will not consider it. And for this element 9, we do not have any other greater element to the right side. So the final linked list contains 2 elements, which is 13 and 9. So to solve this problem, we can use the stack data structure. Let's see how can we solve it by using the stack data structure. Now let's see, it is our one of the stack. Now initially we have element 5, so we have to insert it. Now we have element 2. For this element 2, we will check whether we have any of the smaller element than 2 or not. We don't have any of the smaller element than 2, so we will insert it. For this element 13, we will check whether we have any of the smaller element into our stack or not. Yes, we have a smaller element, which is 2 and 5. So we have to remove both of them. Finally, we have to insert 13 here. Now, for this element 3, we don't have any of the smaller element. So we will insert 3. For this element 8, we have a smaller element 3. So we will remove it and insert 8 here. Now for this element 9, we have a smaller element 8. So we will remove it and insert the element 9. Now, our stack contains 2 elements, which is 13 and 9. Now let's take a vector and add the top element of the stack 9 here and add the next element 13 here. And if we reverse it, the vector will become 13 and 9. So far so good. Now we have the modified vector, which is contains 2 elements 13 and 9. Now we can take a dummy node. Let's say it is 0. It is the dummy node. Let's mark it dummy. Now, first element is 13. So we will make a list node here with the element of 13 and add the dummy node next pointer to the 13. Now we have element 9. So we will make another node with the element 9 and add the 13th node to the element 9. And Finally, the next pointer of the 9 will be null. Now, we have to return only this portion of the linked list because we will not consider the list node 0. So we will simply return the dummy of next pointer. And this is how we're gonna solve it. Let's summarize this algorithm. At first, we will take a stack and repetitively remove the top element of the stack, which is smaller than the current element. Finally, we will insert all of the element of the stack into a list, and the list will be in the reverse order. So we have to sort it. And finally, by using the sorted list, we will make the linked list by helping of this dummy node. Finally, we have to return the dummy of next. I hope you understood the code, this algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. Now, to understand the code, we are given a function which is remove nodes, which is the linked list as a parameter. Now we are taking a stack and a vector and initializing a pointer current to the head. Now we are running this loop if the current is available, and if the stack top element is smaller than the current value, we will remove the top element of the stack. Finally, we have to insert the current element into the stack and upgrade the current pointer. Finally, we will shift all of the stack element to the vector and reverse the vector. Now, we are taking a dummy node, which is containing the element 0 and initializing a pointer current to the dummy node. Now, we are iterating all of the node from 0 to the last element of the vector. That means we are iterating all of the vector element and storing the current next pointer by making a new list node to the vector of current element. Finally, we have to upgrade the current pointer. And finally, we have to return the dummy of next pointer, which contains the original linked list. I hope you understood the code. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.